Hello everyone and welcome back to GilBroZ gaming channel. I am Broeven and this is Jurassic Park Evolution. And now we continue our little playthrough and things, well, they're gonna get good. I can sense this. Now I have a confession. I am over micing this because as I was recording this I was chatting loads and then at the end of the video realised my microphone was not on, and I thought we've done too much in this episode then just to leave it, so I'm going to try my hand at mic-overs. Let's see what we're doing here.
Oh my gosh, you got a sick dinosaur on your hands. It's time to
in this we're trying to boost up our revenue, but at the moment, like you see now, I'm sending over the ACU to replenish our feeder and also try and fix up our dinosaur who's contracted a disease. Now hopefully we've got the right medication to treat it. Like I said before, you can update all medication in the research centre. It's very important to do that, because if we approach this dinosaur and we did not have the correct antidote, this dinosaur would then spread its disease to the next one, and that greatly reduces their lifespan and eventually die. So always keep up on top of that. So what we end up doing in this episode is we do end up getting a new type of dinosaur, increasing our paddock into 2 like we tried in the first one. And everything just goes really well. Money as well. We get a lot of missions done in this. What are we doing here? Yeah, we're just checking over all the missions. And that one was research item from research center, ACU reload speed. Sorry, did I call the Rangers the ACU? I might have done. I can't remember. Anyway, the ACU is the helicopter, which you've got 3 or 4 update slots on. And the reload speed is 1. As you can see, I'm just checking, making sure all the slots are empty and we haven't got anything already on there. We've head over to our research center, and under the building upgrades, I go on the wrong tab there, but on the building upgrades we do see we've got asset and containment unit, which is the ACU helicopter reload speed, costs 100,000 and takes 1 slot, so that is definitely worth doing. Same with the Rangers. Obviously the quicker you treat these animals and also get out to tranquilize them if needed, quicker is better. As you can see, there is a lot of items we need to upgrade. We do end up doing the power upgrade, which greatly I think you've got 2 slots on the back, greatly improves the power outage, but you can also get things on there as well, which increases, like just in case you get a shortage or sabotage, you get things that can protect them as well.
We are going to encourage one of the dinosaurs to breach our containment grid. We'll then react and see if our procedures and personnel are up to the challenge.
Yes. So at this
So we
point,
go ahead and we enter our building on the second tab in, which is upgrades. We selected number 1 upgrade slot and apply our ACU reload speed. Now it does take 2 power, so you're going to have to keep an eye on your power outage, or you'll get blackouts and lack of power in certain areas. And now for the risky part. Next part of the mission, open an enclosure gate or otherwise let the dinosaur loose to attack guests. So we let out one of our little dinos, open the shelters, let everyone run in so no one really gets hurt, and this dino's on the loose now. So now what we've got to do, this is all part of the mission, so don't worry, we didn't do it just willy-nilly. We have to get our ACU and we need to go trank that dinosaur. Same with the Rangers, we've selected it as a task. It saves, we could go out and do it ourselves, but for simplicity we've just assigned a task to it.
That dinosaur doesn't know this is just supposed to be a drill. So watch your back.
While I understand the need to keep our security as sharp as possible, this is not the way I would go about doing it.
You have a problem with how we keep you safe, Doctor. I'm happy to discuss it at a later time. Right now, we have our hands full.
That may take 1 or 2 shots, but eventually it will hit the deck, and then comes the next phase to make this dinosaur go back into its enclosure. I think the ACU is struggling to find a good shot at the moment. Now obviously when you get raptors and things like that, it's going to be tricky because they move a lot quicker. So that's why increasing the reload speed and also the accuracy and stuff like that is going to help later on. There he goes, he's hit the deck. So we're going to go over to our ACU center, and we're going to get one of our transport teams to go pick that dinosaur up with his little scoopy and drop him back into the enclosure, and then hopefully he regains all his happiness and his anger levels drop. Now be sure to check out all the other content that we've got going on at the moment. We have tons of games, from strategies, actions to PC VRs, you name it, we're trying to get our hands on it. Got a couple in the pipeline as well. Now we've completed a few, we're going to be concentrating on some other games. So keep your eyes peeled, hit that notification notification tab, so it keeps you updated all the time. Right, another reduced upkeep 1.0 upgrade in small power stations. This is what I was saying.
I'd like to make
we
you
done.
an offer you can't refuse.
So it does. We head over to our research centre and we do that as
Why
well.
would you?
Some of the missions can be easily completed with a simple upgrade. Some you have to put a little bit more effort in. Normally the main missions require you to do 2 or 3 bits and then an optional extra afterwards.
Commencing asset transit.
There's our power upgrades, improved output, outage protection and reduced upkeep. Now that's the one we're after. Costs 100,000, and I think we find out we just got the money for it. There we go, 3 minutes. All these help, every single one of these. It's always worth just sitting back, having a proper flick through what buildings you've got and what unlocks you have in form of upgrades. Very handy. There we go, we've completed a main mission for the security. As you can see, there is 5. I think there's 5 in each sector, so entertainment and research, and they all unlock different things. Like you'll get items, you'll get researches, extra dinosaurs, you name it, it will all come with doing these main missions.
When it comes to keeping these animals under control. God knows they're working out ways to exploit our weaknesses. Guess we'll find out who gets to the limits of our abilities first. Us or them. Ever vigilant.
And that's always been the challenge of the
As you can see, our profit is pretty good. Running costs are low. That's mainly because we've got 1 staff running it, and they're making about double, so that's quite good. And our profit per minute does increase dramatically in this, all because of what we add. There we go, acquire 50% Geno for the Ceratosaurus, which we end up getting, surprisingly. That's lovely. And rewards gives us the Dracorex. So that's definitely worth, and £1 million. So we'll go ahead and start that one.
We need fresh ideas that'll excite our guests. The wow factor.
I don't know what's worse, treating these creatures like grist for the mill or propping them up as curiosities.
Right, this is where we try what we thought about with splitting the Hammond Creation Lab into two. Save us building a really like another expensive Hammond Creation Lab, save space. Also, this paddock is quite big. So it was originally going to be split 2 gates, open the one that we need to put in the dino. We're having a little bit of clicking issues here, but we quickly resolved that. There we go. And then by doing this, creates 2 paddocks and a lot more revenue. Now it still keeps our dinosaurs happy. There we find out we've got the dodgy gate thing going on again, but that again is an easy fix. We just demolish some stuff. What we built, we do get money back for that, I think. Let me try a different shape. Now this is a really good idea. Save yourself a lot of money at the start. If the game's given you a big paddock, you can obviously get a lot more in there. So have a little play around. If you've got any ideas or things that you guys are doing as well that increases like size, or good ideas for like basically like what I'm doing here that splits paddocks, let us know, send us pictures as well. I'm always looking to improve and also for tips. Now on this we're trying to find how we hit the map button, and why we're trying to do this is to make sure all the dinosaurs are separated in their right area. I don't want to go and release a Ceratosaurus when one of our little Struthiomimuses are running around, because he will die. He is not a fighter. So we had to check the hotkey for the map, which I did try pressing M originally and it didn't work, but we quick find out it is M for map. This will show you a lot as well. It's a very handy thing to quickly look at every now and then, just make sure everything's running sweet. As you can see, it's a top view, it's almost like a blueprint. All our dinos are where we want them to be, and we can see the areas that we're trying to put these dinosaurs as well. And I think we quickly realised that the other side that we're going to put the Ceratosaurus in will not be big enough. We were just checking by shortening or closing in their paddock, is that going to change their view? Like, are they going to need more space? So it's always worth, when you're shrinking one, just make sure your dinosaurs are happy with it. If not, you're going to have crazy dinosaur stuff running around your park, because they're going to break out, not going to be happy. So we keep the electric fence running as well. That's always handy if you're putting a meat eater in there. Don't want to really go risking it with anything less.
I knew you'd be able to finish that contract. My belief in you has been rewarded. Thanks. I knew you'd
We'll
be
try
able
and
to
build
finish
it
that contract.
all the way around, but we don't want to take up too much space. These guys need a lot of space, but we also want to use our space wisely so we can fit more stuff in. Like in this one we put a power plant, I think, round the back there to try and hide all of our power stations. To upgrade or replace, you just toggle the replace button, and that will change that section of fence for what you're ordering it to like replace, like the electric fence. There we go, we're going to change it all, and as you can see the power icon above it gets replaced because we do have a power substation nearby, which has luckily reached. And there's our second gate. reach at least 2,500 income per minute from guest facilities. So we take that contract on, and as you can see, we're quite close to that anyway.
I'm doing what I can to help you.
We've got
Do what
884
you can to help the security division.
out of 2,500. Still got the apply reduced upkeep upgrade to the small power station, which I don't think we've noticed at the moment. And that is the new storm defense building. Now in this first map we're not going to really need that. Doesn't really do much damage. But when you get on other maps you'll get hurricanes and things like that, which will destroy gates and so all that kind of stuff, all your buildings. So it is very important to have some good storm defense and good coverage on it as well, because it reduces it big time. I'm just putting our new feeder in, new location, so our guests can see it a little bit better. And also make sure our little trick works. So when you click on a gate you can open or close it, and this is what we're going to try and do with the Ceratops. That's Ceratops. So we're going to incubate our Ceratops. Now it can fail, as I mentioned in the first one. Not every single one is going to be lucky. So make sure if you can upgrade the station through the research facility, you can increase its hatching capacity and also its survival rate, which is well worth doing, especially if you're trying to create some mega dinos by changing their genomes, which we're going to get into later on. Everything is looking hunky-dory. Everything's ready. We've just got to wait for this Ceratops to come through, and then the megabucks start coming in. We're not doing too bad money-wise. Income's quite good, but obviously more dinos you have, more viewing towers. That's what people want to come see. They don't come to a Jurassic Park just to buy a t-shirt. They want to see Jurassic items, like dinosaurs. That's the land we're going to build something big in later. I'm thinking massive gyrosphere and nice big dinosaur for the herbivores like Brontosaurus and Diplodocus, all that kind of stuff going to go down there. Our power's pretty much used up. Unused power 0, power output 60. Both are running quite high. So we're going to sort that out, and here he comes. The Ceratops. Look at that. This is going to earn us a lot of money, and looks amazing. And we do feel a little bit bad for our Ceratops, so we try and make him happy. And we checked all his things here. His comfort level's really good. He's not going to attack anything yet. Grassland's very close to the red, so that could present itself as a problem later on. So we try and improve that by giving him a little bit more grassland. Everything else is like above, and social is in between. I think you can only have 2 of these in a paddock. But population is quite high, so I don't know how that pans out. So to remove the trees, we've gone over to our terrain tab. I don't know why we've gone on to scenery. I think we get a little bit lost here, and we go down eventually after pressing a few wrong buttons. We find out there is a tab. Come on, not the radius, you're so close. Not that one. Nope. Bottom right. Come on. You're really close to it. No. Come on. No. I think this is a a bit of a daft moment. We do eventually find it. Come on. Oh, come on, you're so close to just do it. No, that's adding. No, that's grass, come on. Bottom right is a removed tree. There we go. Now we knock out and give it some more grassland to see if we can make it a little bit more happier. Check with Cerators has gone up a little bit. The forestry bit is still good as well. They like a little bit of both, but we give it a little bit more grassland. Just to keep it happy. There we go. As you can see, that bar has moved up, so that is pretty good. It's got enough of everything. And the contract's complete, so we've earned 100,000 in that, and our security has gone up. Our reputation, tooth hardness, which is a trait gene. We'll go through, like I said, we'll go through genes and all that kind of stuff when we start getting a little bit more money, because it gets expensive. You can change the look of dinosaurs, how much lifespan they've got, also their attack. You can make them really stand out, which brings in more money yet again.
Show business is all about the deal, and I am all about this next contract. You should be too.
Now we're going to put the upgrade onto our power station. Maybe we're not. I think it just does it as soon as we go in there. That's close shot, we do get that. There we go. We feel sorry for him at this point. We notice he's a bit lonely, but he's not too lonely that he's going to create a problem. So we do create him a mate. Or another one. I don't know if they actually reproduce in this game, I don't think so. Maybe that's something that's coming in number 2. That would be epic. But then they don't breed, do they, in the film? Or life found a way, let's put it that way. That'd be a nice little twist on it. Wake up one day and your park's full of Struthiomimuses, or the park's been absolutely ransacked. Good little twist. Right, let's build our clothes shop. This again will give us another port of revenue per minute. Very handy to have a nice range of shops. Food, clothes, toys, you name it. People want to come and buy and spend money. More people at the door want to spend cash. I would. I'd be buying everything. Right, we go for the improved output. This is the bit that we really needed, because of our power stations were pretty much reaching max capacity, and I think we find with that clothes shop there, it pushes us right to the end of what we're able to do power station wise.
I like what I'm seeing. Let's keep it up. Satisfaction is what we aim to give our guests. Make them appreciate the little things and the big things. I like what I'm seeing. Let's keep it up. Satisfaction is what we aim to give our guests. Make them appreciate the little things and the big things, with the teeth and glassy eyes that could swallow them whole.
I think, yes, we go for the Constructor live bait feeder. This is an easy little one. Basically just got to build one of the live bait goat feeders, which also looks after our Ceratosaurus, gives them some extra things to do. Instead of just go eating a pot, they'll chase these goats and eat them up. There we go, we've completed an entertainment one. And then we unlock the Dracorex, which is handy. They will be dinosaurs that we either introduce very gingerly into our herbivore enclosure,
Park running at maximum happiness, and our guests numbers are up as a
Create a couple
result.
more of these as well, because you can have quite a few together. Their population's great, and also
When the parks are running well,
probably about
our
four
scientific research
or
improves.
five work well
Never told
together.
Isaac directly.
It's extra cash,
I was going to add.
and the social on the Struthiomimus and population is great, so they'll be okay with anything.
Later, Doc.
I think we go to change this one's name in the top. Oh, let's get this little bit out of the way. Teaching us about incubation failure, because one hasn't made it. But up in the top left hand corner you can name your dinosaurs. Like what I'm showing you now. I think we just called it Ed. Nice short. That's our first ever dino, so he's probably near enough on his way out. To be honest, the lifespan's not great on him. And when they die, that's a different thing. We need to get them dinos out. And no one wants to see a dead dino. Right, the Edmontosaurus has failed. Now we lose the money for that, but luckily they're quite cheap, so we get another one in there just to top it up. And we go to put our upgrade on our station for the outage, or the backup power, sorry. We do another research there. It's always handy to go for your medical treatments, keep them all up to date. Improved output, that's built, so we end up putting that on, I think. I hope we do, I can't remember. It's only a little while ago. There was so much that happened in this episode, that's why I couldn't just leave it and then give you an update next week. There was just so much I've learned through this, and you're hopefully going to take away from this. So the voiceover was the only way. Alright, it's not 100% accurate on it's not the same. You're looking back over a video and talking about it, and it's not happening there and then, so you do lose a lot of narration to it, but it's better than nothing. You know, I had to get this out there. And also I took away my webcam that was up in the top right hand corner. I know you all like looking at me, but that was covering some important information. So I think this game's best run without the webcam on, just so you can see exactly what he's saying now. In case you can't hear it, you know.
Originally uncovered at a site in Canada. I'll let you guess where. The T-Rex thinks these are delicious, and who's to argue?
We get another little feeder in here, and then we put another viewing tower. Also more viewing towers equal more guests seeing the dinos, and brings us money. Look at them, they're so happy. Don't worry, he's just sleeping. Right near the electric gate. Hopefully he didn't lick the wire. Get a nice little shock. Release our second one out there. We open our gate, and this system works really well. It could work with 3 gates attached to it. Obviously your ranger can get through, just make sure you still have a gate from the outside world into one of the areas, and your ranger can go straight through these gates to top up feeders, and also look after the dinosaurs. There he goes. He's all happy.
We are pleased to welcome an Edmontosaurus to the park.
Make sure everything tallies up with population, social, and the area that they're in. I always like to keep on top of that, because if something's wrong, it won't be for long before they break out. There we go, the attack trait of at least 110. So we need to modify a genome to get that, which we will do in the next episode, hopefully. Now we can put our improved output, which jumps it up quite a lot. Very handy to have. Now that station will take not all of the other power stations stuff, but it will back up enough. And I think we do it to these ones as well. Now they are cheap. They're they're only the low grade ones. They're 40,000 each, but I recommend it. We're not in really a map where sabotage happens a lot. I think it does near the end. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It was quite a few years ago before I played this. But sabotage is something to watch out for. Dracorex, we're getting some fossils to push the Dracorex. As you can see, we've got a couple more locations pop up. Yellow ones are the ones we have visited, I think, or are new. Here we go with another viewing tower. I like to have a few, and this one's really close to a substation, so all we really have to do is attach a path. Where we want to eventually, or in this episode, take the path all the way around and use this space at the back. So we flatten the land. Once it goes up a hill, it adjusts the level, so it's like lower. So we take it back from the land that we want it to raise to, and drag that around again, making sure we miss that mountain. And as you can see, it's a lot better. And then always run your smooth tool, otherwise it will look all ridgy. And we moved some of the water by accident there, so be sure to make sure you keep an eye on that and increase it if needed. I think this is the point we feel sorry for him, because he's in a space, he's got no friends there, he can't talk to the herbivores, so we go ahead and we build another one, just to keep him happy. Now this path I wanted running really close. I think I made a boo-boo on the first bit, but I wanted it really close to the fence, so it, if I was going to a Jurassic Park, I'd like it running so close that I could almost touch them. But I realise it's probably a lot easier to get rid of the trees first, and then build it. So we end up deleting it and getting rid of them trees.
The financials appear solid, huh? This is what we like to see.
It's just got to look right. There's no point doing it. Do it once is my philosophy. Do it once, do it properly, and then you shouldn't have to do it again. So we take these back, but we also keep an eye on the Ceratosaurus's enclosure, because don't forget he likes trees, and we are kind of taking bits away from him here. So we do check up and make sure he's still happy and he's got enough. Which is perfect, it's gone down a little bit, but not enough to affect him. Anything above halfway is probably a good idea. we can continue building our path. A little tip is if you get to a space that you want it running close to, build the path out longer. As you can see here, I've overbuilt it. Now instead of running it that far away, run it to the path. You'll see what I mean. So we're going to take out our path, run it from the top so it doesn't click, and we're going to run it down so we can get really close to where we want it to go. And then just delete that little bit off the end. Voila, makes it all look nice. We will be adding scenery and bits and bobs to it at a later date. This bit I'll just put a curve on. And what we build back here is another power station. It's not a large one, we haven't unlocked that yet. But I want all the power stations out of the way, eventually hidden in the hills, so then I can concentrate on making my park, like the entrance, the walkthrough. I want all shops, fun stuff, because that's where the customers are going to go first away. As soon as they're off that monorail, they're going to come out and buy some of my delicious fish strips. So we've realised the Ceratosaurus, we're going to put a viewing tower back there, but there's no point because it's just trees. So we put a couple more trees in a place that we don't mind losing, just to keep it happy, and then we knock some away, so then we can put possibly a feeder there later. And with two now roaming, or eventually now roaming, that'll make more viewing. So again, ups our income. Here we go, we open our gate. That should run through, and then after it's through there, do not forget to close it, because if you go releasing a herbivore, meal ticket.
Is complete.
Now I'll definitely be getting number 2 when it comes out. It looks like a nice little twist on it. Graphics still look fantastic, but the price ticket at the moment, I think it's worth it because it's Jurassic Park and I'm a massive fan, but can't justify spending that money at the moment, so I'm going to have to wait it out, get this one done, and then hopefully there's a nice big offer on from Steam and I can buy it. Just I'm proper hyped about it. I've heard a lot, seen a lot, and I want it. And also with Christmas coming up around the corner, why not? Now eventually we will put a ACU and ranger station around the back as well. More entrances they have, like the speed at which we can get these things to the dinosaurs will pay off. That area there is where I'm going to hide all the bits and bobs, like the ugly power stations. Rest of the map we're going to put in new, like there, great big herbivore area, and then where we've got all our research facilities, we could put another paddock in there. Possibilities are endless. It's making the best use of what you've got on each map. Now some maps might chuck a curveball, like there's one that won't give you a lot of space, and also try and destroy it with their weather. But this is where you think outside the box and get to know what dinos you can put in what areas successfully. And just because it's a skinny paddock doesn't mean it's no good. As long as it's got all the required bits and pieces, then it should live in there quite happily. As you can see, I'm going to put the electric pylons hidden right close to the edge of the map, mainly because they get covered by trees and they don't stick out.
Who turned out the
Because they're not the prettiest things. And we'll link it to that substation. So it's getting power from both. If one goes down, we've got one linked. Which is super handy. Also, like this, I've built longer so it doesn't snap. Connect my path, and then just delete the end bit off if needed, but I think I keep it there. We need a path going to our power station so the workers can get there, and at this point it doesn't really matter because we can always go back and rectify the paths. So we just do a nice little curved path just to make it operational. And I think that's whereabouts we pretty much leave it. Yeah, everything looks smooth. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Next time it'll be done properly, with the mic on at the same time. So until next time, enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you all later.